A spike in feed prices and a labor crunch are painting an uncertain picture for Michigan dairy producers heading into 2022.
Well, labor is a tremendously big issue for business all across the country, but dairies in particular because they have to have it, right? So the cows have got to get milked. And if you look at the unemployment rates in the country, the rural areas, unemployment is so much lower than it is in urban areas. And so, yeah, dairy farmers everywhere are struggling with that. Absolutely, it's a big issue. Just the end of the pandemic would help, right? If you have young kids, if you're having childcare issues, you can't, work, and that kind of has a trickle-down effect to other jobs. The Great Resignation that happened, in the so-called Great Resignation, with 4 million people plus resigning in August, a lot of them went to better jobs, higher paying jobs. It's kind of a trickle-up effect. Dairy farmers, every farm is unique the way they operate and their milking procedures and stuff. And once you've trained somebody, you don't want to lose them. There's a big cost to having to restart workers. So it has profound financial and just management time. The ultimate constraint on any dairy farm is the manager's time. And if you're spending time dealing with human resource issues, then that means you're not dealing with risk management and financial management and other things of that nature, right?
But Wolf, who also spoke at the Michigan Agricultural Credit Conference, says it's not all doom and gloom for the dairy industry. While the United States may be tapped out on dry milk export markets, there could soon be more opportunities for cheese exports.
Right now, we're really export a lot of skim milk powder, some whole milk powder, some non-fat dry milk, dry whey, casein, all the kind of dry products. We're one of the major exporters, if not the biggest in the world in a lot of those products. But cheese has been driven more historically by domestic consumption. We're going to need to export more cheese, and a lot of these big cheese plants, like the one in St. John's, can compete on the international markets. But that is really looking at those kind of middle or higher income countries because they're more likely to be consuming cheese as opposed to skim milk powder and stuff. So, like there's room to grow in Japan. Japan actually doesn't eat that much dairy products per capita, but it's a huge country with lots of income. And there's lots of growth potential there. Japan, Southeast Asia, the Middle East actually are real potential growth areas, I think, for the United States.